Good morning. I'm Lacey Shippey for the Rural Radio Network, and it's time to take a look at our midday livestock trade with livestock market analyst Kyle Bumsted. And Kyle, so far we are higher here in both of our cattle complexes on a fairly quiet start to our week. Tell me what you're making of trade so far today.
That's right, Lacey. It is very quiet. We've been higher and lower. We're higher right now on these feeders, but we've been lower here. Not too long ago, we were down 90 cents to a buck here across the board. These April feeders, they traded about a $4.12 range here today. Now low at 361.60 to 365.75, so pretty quiet there, about $4.15 range. And on the April live cattle, they're kind of the same thing. They traded a tight range there as well too. About $2.12, $2.15 range here, up about 87 cents on the day. Now, I'm not going to really get concerned on these April live cattle yet until we close or we take out that 236.42.5 here on the charts. The Friday close did not look the best here on the live cattle, but with that higher cash, I think that's why folks have kind of stepped in here to defend this thing here early this morning. Now, we are seeing a little bit of commercial buying here. That April is gaining on the June, and the June is gaining on the August, but I'm kind of questioning how long that can stick around here if these feeder spreads stay red as well. Now, on the feeder cattle side of things here, we're going to see that index, that index here is going to make some moves here. I feel with the amount of cattle that we've got coming through here in the southern barns, we did get some of the bigger barns open here today. We've got between two of them there, between Joplin and Oklahoma City, it looks like to be roughly 25,000 head there. So today's index is going to be up about 19 cents at 374.66 with a daily at 372.37 on 6,426 heads. So big question there is what kind of quality we're getting in those sale barns down south after the weather they've just come through, and I think it's going to be all over the board. So I think we could see this index go all over the board here over the next couple of weeks. But it's very quiet, but we still got a lot of things to think about here as we start the week, Lacey.
That is livestock market analyst Kyle Bumsted. You're listening to the Rural Radio Network.
Struggling with corn rootworm, equipment clogs, and costly slowdowns? Say hello to Apello, a new soil-applied insecticide from Syngenta. Powered by planazoline technology, Apello is a smooth, tank mix-friendly formulation that tackles rootworm with ease. Say goodbye to the past and hello to bigger bushels and better returns at brighterwithapello.com. Always read and follow label instructions. Apello is a restricted-use pesticide.
On the hunt for lost ROI? Chart a course and find hidden profit potential with Acuron Corn Herbicide. It's the only herbicide strong enough to bury competing weeds and help you unearth 5 to 15 more bushels per acre. How's that for hidden riches? Uncover the real value of Acuron at Acuron-herbicide.com. Acuron is a restricted use pesticide. Always read and follow label instructions.
Welcome back to the Rural Radio Network. Grain futures are lower ahead of tomorrow's latest WASDE report. Traders are estimating a corn carryout of over 2.2 billion bushels, and weekly export inspections remained solid last week at 1.3 million metric tons, with yearly pace at 147%. Soybeans are lower as well, despite a new flash sale reported to China this morning. Tomorrow's report is expected to show a carryout of 351 million bushels and an increase in South American production. Weekly soybean inspections are now at 66% of where they were last year. And wheat futures are also slatting today with an expected carryout of 915 million bushels and no changes to the world stocks expected. Weekly exports remain strong and producers are watching crop conditions as continued drought remains the biggest threat to the domestic winter wheat crop. March corn down 2.5 at 427.5. May down 2 3/4 at 436. March soybeans down 7.5 at 1107 3/4. May down 7 1/4 at 1121.5. Chicago March wheat down 2.5 at 527 1/4. May down 1 3/4 at 537 1/4. Kansas City March wheat down 3.5 at 527 3/4. May down 3 at 540.5. March soybean meal down 6.20 at 297.40. March bean oil up 105 at 56.38. April live cattle are up 45 cents at 237.70. June down 12 at 233.72. March feeders down 50 at 366.92. April down 17 at 362.62. April lean hogs down $1.30 at 96.65. May down $1 at 127. You're listening to the Rural Radio Network.